Presented by Listen Headlines, latest world news from trusted sources. Updating daily at 6 a.m. New York. New York Times World News.
March 29, 5:13 America, New York. How Ukraine's battered steel industry galvanized its war effort. The iron and steel producing factories of Ukraine's Rust Belt have made body armor, helmets and armored plates for vehicles, and steelworkers risked their lives rolling out heavy machinery at the beginning of the war to help physically block the Russian advance.
New York Times World News.
March 29, 5 o'clock America, New York. The incredible challenge of counting every global birth and death. In rural Colombia, as in many parts of the world, tallying births and deaths is one of the most desperately needed public health measures. It's a lot harder than it sounds. Dr.
BBC News World.
March 29, 4:54 America, New York. Amritpal Singh. Rumor swirl as search for controversial Sikh preacher continues. Amritpal Singh has not been arrested so far, though there have been many rumored sightings.
Wall Street Journal World News.
March 29, 4:46 America, New York. Ukraine downs Russian warplane near Bakhmut. Kyiv's forces continued to repel attempts to seize the city, as President Zelensky stressed its strategic significance and invited China's Xi to visit Ukraine.
Mirror World News.
March 29, 4:46 America, New York. 2 generous women killed by knifemen in Lisbon Muslim Center as tributes paid to pair. Social workers Mariana Jadagi, 24, and Farhana Sadruddin, 49, were working at the Ismaili Center in Lisbon, Portugal, when knife-wielding Afghan national Abdul Bashir entered the building and carried out a frenzied attack.
Wall Street Journal World News.
March 29, 4:40 America, New York. Autos falls on Evidian deal report. Shares of Autos fell sharply after a French news channel reported that Airbus was seeking a lower price for a minority stake in the French IT company's cyber business Evidian. Washington Post World.
March 29, 4:33 America, New York. Some in dry Somalia break Ramadan fast with little but water. This year's holy month of Ramadan coincides with the longest drought on record in Somalia.
Washington Post World.
March 29, 4:31 America, New York. British comedian and TV star Paul O'Grady dies at 67. Entertainer Paul O'Grady, who achieved fame as drag queen Lily Savage before becoming a much-loved comedian and host on British television, has died.
Washington Post World.
March 29, 4:20 America, New York. Assad reshuffles Syria's cabinet amid harsh economic crisis. Syrian state media reports that President Bashar Assad has replaced several cabinet ministers amid a sharp increase in prices and worsening economic conditions during the Muslim holy month of Ramadan.
New York Times World News.
March 29, 4:11 America, New York. U.S.-Israel tensions over judicial overhaul burst into open. In response to sharp criticism by President Biden, Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu said that Israel would make its own decisions. Amid tensions with Israel, President Biden told reporters that he was very concerned about the events there.
Wall Street Journal World News.
March 29, 3:36 America, New York. For Alibaba, 6 is bigger than 1, and a smaller target. There are good reasons to think that a split-up Alibaba would be more valuable. In this case, politics and profits are pointing in the same direction.
BBC News World.
March 29, 3:35 America, New York. Unusually vivid southern lights glow over New Zealand. Aurora-chasing photographers say they are seeing more brilliant, intense displays this season. World News. Breaking international news and headlines, Sky News.
March 29, 3:08 America, New York. Star Wars star Mark Hamill helping warn Ukrainians of Russian airstrikes. Star Wars star Mark Hamill is lending his voice to an air raid alert app to warn Ukrainians of incoming Russian bombardments. Mark Hamill and AMP. Number 39's tweet has gone viral, receiving thousands of likes, retweets and quote tweets.
World News. Breaking international news and headlines, Sky News.
March 29, 3:06 America, New York. Adnan Syed's murder conviction reinstated in serial podcast case. Adnan Syed's murder conviction has been reinstated in the latest development in the prolonged case featured in the hit podcast serial, File. Adnan Syed, center-right, leaves the courthouse after a hearing on Sept.
BBC News World.
March 29, 3:02 America, New York, Bali. Russian man to be deported for posing naked on sacred Mount Agung. The Russian man has apologized after his photo on a sacred mountain angered Indonesian authorities.